Hello, 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 hello. Bit of a later one today, guys, but it is what it is. This is the nearest opportunity that I could have got before release to do any kind of content for the new updates for the all three of the Pipers actually. The P8, the P-28 Arrow 3, the Turbo Arrow 3, and obviously the Warrior. Obviously they come in bundles or separately, but yeah, this is that dog next door. Jesus Christ. Great start. If you can hear the dog, that is not our dog, that is next door. But yes, this is the closest opportunity. So been speaking, good friends with Just Flight, done a couple of videos in the past, and speaking to them recently, and I just said, you know, this is the nearest opportunity I'm gonna get to do it. Let's get me on camera so you can see the ugly mug. Massive thank you, by the way, to Mandalore Ian, who's in the chat now. If anyone was on the stream yesterday, they would have known that I nearly fell back on the stupid little shoe container thingy-majig that I was sitting on for creating videos and live streaming. I'm not now because the legend that is Mandalore Ian basically just said, yeah, I'll come around today, bud, and drop you off that chair. And I tell you what, Ian, I'm living the luxury, man. I can lean back without actually tipping back. So nice. So massive thank you to Ian, big shout out to him. Show some love in the comments. Cheers, Mike, mate. I appreciate the shout out on your stream. Obviously, go and give Plane Spotting Mike a follow on his channel for some real world aviation photography and videos and live streams. A lot of content coming out of Mike's channel. But yes, this is the closest opportunity I've been able to get sort of before release, because it's releasing tomorrow, as far as I'm aware, of what I've been told. Whether I'm able to say that, if I'm not, or I'm not too sure, but there you go, I've said it. So I wasn't able to get any kind of pre-recorded video done in that time. I am working on another video at the minute, so yeah, I said to Just Flight, if you don't mind me live streaming, I can certainly get on the computer, but it will have to be in the evening. But yeah, we've got it now, all three of the arrows. And what we're going to do today, and a bit out of my comfort zone to a degree. What I mean by that is I'm very used to flying GA aircraft, but because I've been flying so many over the past year, since Flight Sim 2020 came out, I've jumped between each aircraft so many times, and then new aircraft that have come out, and I've learned those, and then I've jumped to airliners to do cinematic videos. So please bear with me. I'm not going to be doing any kind of air traffic control in this. You're not really there to see the air traffic control, but you are here to see the Piper, so again, bear with me on that one. And very good point. This will be kind of the last sort of live stream for just over a week, maybe even a bit longer, because I don't know whether I'm going to be live streaming the week I'm back. But yeah, I am away from the 12th to the 16th, so content will be a bit sparse for that kind of week. We have also got, which is fantastic, big shout out to Just Flight again, because they are actually giving me a Piper Arrow to give away. So a Piper Arrow 3 for P-28, obviously, sorry, the PA-28R Arrow 3. I've got one to give away, so that is quite amazing, and I'm actually really happy to be able to give one away in the stream. It obviously will be a 2024 version, seeing as this is a video on the newest update. which is version 0.1101 or version 11, I assume. I'm going to talk through the change log and stuff that have changed for the Piper Arrow, which, let's get us on screen there. Look, here we go. Yes, look at that. So I'll go through that as we fly. I haven't been able to create a flight plan of any kind at all, guys. This was something that I wanted to do prior to today's stream. I just haven't had the time to do it. It doesn't take long, I realise that, but one thing I will say, there is some nice integration with Navigraph, support for en route charts, and you're able to draw as well on the Navigraph charts. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a Navigraph subscription. I do have, obviously, a SimBrief account. I'm not too sure if that works. I don't think it does, but that's just some of the things that have been added, as well as, obviously, you know, 2024 capability for all three of the PA-28 arrows. My kit is bought on. I'm hoping that some third-party developer does a better version of button. It is nice, but there's a lot missing. There's, you know, the fencing, for example, and the control tower looks fantastic. Been here a couple of times in real life. Everything does look spot on, but there's just things missing to make it complete. But don't get me talking into a scenery at the minute. It does look fantastic. It is really nice. This is just the one that is included in one of the past world updates, UK world updates for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Obviously that carried on into 2024. One thing straight off the back, guys, is that you can't interact on the outside. You can't do a walk around. Now, I have asked Just Flight about this. I haven't had any response to that just yet. I don't think, I don't know whether there's going to be, whether it's in the pipeline, but you certainly can't interact with the doors and the tie downs on the outside of the aircraft, which is a tiny bit of a shame. So, you know, you can't open the doors from the outside. You can from the inside, but you just have to use the key bindings to get inside. There is a couple of things that have been added into the Piper Arrow, but what I will say is it's a free update, so all of the owners of the 2020 version will get this for absolute free. It's a free update. Also, as well, you for new customers, so for new buyers, there is a 2 weeks of it being 28% off as well. So as well as obviously previous owners getting it for absolutely free, new customers can buy it at a discounted rate for the first 2 weeks. From tomorrow, I believe. I'm pretty certain that is the case. Yeah, so Sven, I really want Burning Blue Designs to do Barton. I really think it's their type of airfield. It's right on their sort of ability and what they can do with these types of airfields, and I think they would. I have spoke to Mike a couple of times and said, oh, you should do Barton, and he has never actually replied, so it might be in the works. We never know, but definitely this should be one of the North ones that they do for certain. Really good aerodrome. Lots going on here as well. You obviously got the air ambulance, helipads, lots of helicopter movements. You get all the army helicopters come here as well. Anyway, let's not get sidetracked, because you know me now, I do get very much sidetracked. We are in Golf Tango Echo Bravo Zulu. This is one of the included liveries, so there's this isn't one that you can download. Got some of the fake Copperberg mixed fruit, some of the fake one called Sotomer. I think it's from Aldi. Just wet the whistle because I don't stay hydrated enough in these streams and I tend to get very flustered. So like I said before, guys, there's no interaction on the outside. Now I don't know whether this is going to be something that they add in. Certainly this is just the basic Arrow 3. We can look at the turbo. I haven't got the Warrior, so I have just got the basics. So just the Arrow 3 and the turbo Arrow. So in the change notes, like I said before, Navigraph on route chart and Navigraph, you are able to draw on the Navigraph charts. The electric flight bag has been changed as well, so you've got more of an updated version of it to coincide with the likes of the F-28 and other releases, and it's really nice. It's what you expect from Just Flight on the on the electric flight bags, and the additional model level of details added for performance so for 2024, and obviously the update comes with 2024 compatibility. What's the difference in the three aircraft variants? Off the top of my head, obviously, off the top of my head, not going into loads of details, the Turbo Arrow has got two variants where it's got the sort of vertical stabilizer and horizontal stabilizer. There's one across the top as well, so there's a top mounted one on the Turbo Arrow and then just a normal one. Obviously you've more power, more speed, possibly a bit more of a higher ceiling when it's on its flight level, possibly, but I will change it to the Turbo Arrow as well, so you guys can see that. There's some new effects to when we power it up, which I will be doing, don't worry. Again, I won't be going into ATC and messing around with the flight pan. I'm just gonna power it up, hopefully manually, off the top of my head if I can remember, and I'm gonna take it for a flight. We're gonna just go down the M62 or nearabouts if I can find it. I'm pretty certain I can. Follow it down to Liverpool, maybe a touch and go at Liverpool, maybe a landing at Howden, maybe touch and go at Liverpool and come back to Barton. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. In terms of the live stream, I do want to keep this definitely under 2 hours. Can you open the door to enter the plane like native? No. So we were talking about that, Sven, before. I don't know whether... So at first I was thinking to myself, is that an issue that I'm having with my copy? But it's not. So I did use the PA-28, the PA-28, the 2020 version in 2024. It does work with a bit of messing around, but this is the 2024 version. For me, what I can say is that I can notice there has been a few little touch-ups, not full-on retexturing and modelling, but the aircraft looks a bit nicer than what it did look like just using the 2020 version. But no, Sven, you can't, mate. You can't open the doors. Sorry, it'll be on the other side. You can't open the doors. It doesn't seem to work. You can open them from the outside. You can't take any of the tie downs off or the chocks up, and obviously there is no collision on the plane as well, only on the main body, that isn't on the wing. This is something that I have reached out to Just Flight about, and I don't know whether it's something that they are going to add in. It has got all of the dirt texture mapping on it, so the mesh for collecting dirt like the native 2024 planes. But no, you can't interact with anything. You can't do the checks or anything. I haven't yet checked the the Turbo Arrow just yet, but from what I've seen so far, it's just when you get inside you can do it. Bit of a shame. Wasn't expecting that. I thought they might have added it in, but certainly in the change logs list that I've got in front of me, it's not mentioned in there. Which, yeah, again, something that they could easily add in. Let's get inside and have a look inside. So, here's the electric flight bag. You can, as far as I'm aware, you were able to rotate it sort of vertically but not on its axis. I know the other Just Flight planes you can manipulate that different ways. You can press the sort of the iPad-ish button and go back to the charts and stuff like that. Again, I haven't got Navigraph on there. I do apologize, but I don't have a subscription to that. I'm not in the position to afford. I think it's about £10 a month for Navigraph. You got the calculator on there. The settings are just basic. Again, this is similar to what you find on the F28. Again, you can change all that business. I think the lighter grey one is probably the nicest one, to be fair. Checklists. Cheers, buddy. Thank you. Great to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Yeah, a bit sad there's not need to. Yeah. I have reached out to it. It did catch me off guard when I initially loaded this up last night. So after the live stream that I did for Gatwick, I loaded this in, and I was a bit stumped. I was like, oh, hang on, have I installed it right? And I had a little look around, and it definitely was the 2024 version. It just doesn't seem to have it, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, operator Star Sky. Yeah, totally agree with you, mate. And obviously Stevie, yeah, thanks you for coming in, bud. But yeah, bit stumped on why the walk around feature isn't on there. It's not mentioned, as I say, in the change log. So I was, again, yeah, I'm a bit puzzled. Don't know whether Just Flight are going to add it. I've asked the question for you guys. I haven't had a response just yet. You need to remove the tie downs from your feet, or you can't start a taxi if you forget the tie downs. We can have a check, Sven. Definitely. Let's obviously. I'm really over the moon that everyone's in at this time at night on a Thursday evening. So ask questions, guys. Enjoy. Mike, we are going to be flying to Liverpool. Yeah, we'll have a little fly down the M62 past IKEA. We can have a check, Sven, and see if that's happens. Now, what I would say is that the maps, don't know if I need any kind of thing on this, but this seems to glitch for me. It does also in a couple of other aircraft, so it's not just the arrows. But yeah. So couple of things here that you can change is the new ones, the HSN and DSI. So let me just have a little look at that so you can see it. So you can change it. And also the altitude, so the ADI does wobble as well. So that's another thing that they've added in. It's just a little minor thing. There's also I believe a click spot just here. Sync heading bug. There's also that which is hidden, so they've added in a little. It's in the changelog. It basically says added heading sync hidden click spot on screw to the left of the DI or HSI, which is that thing there. And again, you can change it on here. I think we'll leave it on this one. Can you show which avatar is used in the model? Is it the 24 avatar or is it the 2020? Good question, bud. It is the 2024 pilots. It doesn't show. So what I would say is on the F28 at the minute, I am not seeing my co-pilot. I don't think my co-pilot is disabled. I've not disabled him personally, but he doesn't seem to be appearing. Let me just show you. It's the 2024 pilots. What I would say in the changelog, it says pilot avatar will not be shown in the cockpit when the Pilot avatar will now be shown in the cockpit when the co-pilot camera is selected. Improved cockpit and showcase cameras as well. That's also a thing. So we've done a couple of changelogs already, and it is quite a substantial changelog, quite a bit. But it's the 2024 models. I'm not too sure why my co-pilot isn't active at the minute though. Haven't got a clue. Oh, okay, Ian. So, Ian, I've just seen your message. Sven, I am not running Sim Update 2 beta. I might do. I've been told that it is worth it now. I had someone comment on my Gatwick stream and said it might be worth trying it because there is some things that would improve satellite imagery, so that'd be quite good. How do you get that plane in FS 2020? So it comes out, I believe, tomorrow or thereabouts. It's either tomorrow or the next few days. It's operator, good, yeah. It might be the case, but it's also, what I would say is the co-pilot is appearing in other planes, but it's not appearing in. He's not appearing in the F-28 either, so the Fokker F-28 by Just Flight. He's not in there either. Just as a but you could be right. Although it doesn't seem. I don't think they're gonna just add. I could just be me doing this completely wrong. Really, really heavy plane now. Oh, load aircraft. We're really, really heavy now. We're typing upside down. But he doesn't seem to be in there. Which is a bit weird. Yeah, so I clicked into load into aircraft and it doesn't seem to be showing the co-pilot. As I say, it does show the co-pilot in other aircraft. Again, we'll look at the turbo arrow as well, just so you guys can see. Obviously, same as before, the door does open from the outside, but there's no kind of clickable spots to get in and out. You can also just press the button on here as well and it'll do all the latches and locks for you. Baggage and oil door opens same as it did. Does cargo show? Good question. It does. He's tipping back though. But yeah, it does. Let's just go into the drone camera so you guys can see that. So that's a thing. What I would say is that doesn't appear in the change logs, whether that's, I think that is a 2024 thing. Let's just have a little go again of, yeah, the pilot doesn't seem to be loading in. Bit of a shame, but yeah, that is the things that you can click. Tie downs, already on the chocks, and then the tow bar as well. We can have a little look at those. But yeah, Sven did mention the textures look better. Yeah, I was just saying this, mate. The textures do look better. When I loaded up instantly, I could tell, especially because I did kind of mess around and put the PA-28 from 2020 in 2024. So although it was working absolutely fine, there was no issues with it at all. I could instantly see the comparison, especially inside as well, the cockpit textures as well. But it is on there, the likes of the level of detail. Obviously added some nails for when you click in the plane as well, completely changed. Updated the clean and worn textures to obviously match 2024's as well. Possibly. Let's have a look at that, Starsky, as well. I also want to check what Sven said as well about what were you saying? The tie down stopping you from completely moving as well. So what we can do is we can try that. I'll get everything sort of taken off at the minute. We also have a couple of GPS options as well. I think that the 350 sorry, the S50 is one that I've got installed, which is completely free. So everything else seems to be the same. Recharge battery has had a fix as well, I believe. Fix the battery charging to 12 volts when triggering recharge battery in electronic flight bag. So for example, now you get an actual on-screen aircraft state.
Cold and dark selected.
You might have heard them then just saying that, but there's actual pop-ups on the screens now, which has been added to match the other ones as well. Oh, hang on. It's right there. But he's not. There you go. So, if you look at the bottom, it says Copilot. Enable and disable. You can actually see the plane move, so I think that's a 2024 thing, if I'm going to be honest. Additionally, is your Copilot enabled in every... Yeah, so it is. As I say, I think this is a 2024 issue with Just Flight planes, if I'm going to be totally honest. Do you need to update liveries or existing liveries keep working? So I had one made for like my old Practically Geek logo from 2020, and that is still in my community folder, and it still seems to be active on here. We can actually... I'll show you that towards the end, but yeah, that does seem to be working. But all the included liveries are absolutely fine, and again, they do look better as well. Let's not waste any time, guys. Let's get on with getting into a flight, but we will test what Sven said and talk about the tie downs. Let me just take them off for now. Let's get so technically we're looking at we've done the sort of the pre-flight check and stuff like that, and we're inside the aircraft now, and we've done the before engine startup and everything. We also have a new clickable paper chart as well. This still seems to have some things on it that possibly are not meant to be seen, because if you click there, it rotates it, and click the top, it rotates it back again, and then clicking at the side, you'll see that the page is still on there with like sort of where to click. I don't know if that's an actual, it should be, but you'll actually see here, don't know if that was a thing, but this does say that it's added an interactive paper chart. You can actually add your own charts in using that folder that is on there. I know you said you're having trouble with the FB map function, but do you know if it uses the 2024 satellite? I am not too sure, Elliot. Unfortunately, mate, I'm not too sure at all. The map function on here also is the same in the F28. So I'm assuming right now that there's some kind of issue with the maps and the co-pilot in Just Flight aircraft, because it's the same in the Fokker. So in the F28, the co-pilot doesn't appear either. But there is the new interactive paper chart that you can just press on the pockets. Either one, basically. So let's get it started up. 27 arrival, please, Brian. We'll see what we can do, mate. I think it's probably the easiest, to be fair. Any questions? Yeah, you can use your own charts, and it tells you the dictionary, like the location in your computer to use that. Any questions, let me know in the chat, guys. You guys have been fantastic so far. We do have a giveaway to win the 2024 compatible version. So if you do want a chance to win that, keep in mind, guys, if you do already own, there's quite a lot of people in the chat that already own the PA-28. You're going to get this update for free. So keep that in mind. You know, if you do enter the giveaway, I would say at this point there's no point. But basically, the same as all of my giveaways, guys. If you want to enter, it's a keyword. Pop it into the chat. Nightbot is ready and waiting to take all your entries. So if you don't have the PA-28 and you want it in Flight Sim 2024, all you need to do in the chat is put who the manufacturer of the PA-28 is, and we've already said it a couple of times, guys, and it's right in front of you now. So I really can't be as easy really as that. Pop who the manufacturer is of the PA-28, the arrow, into the chat, and I will get the lucky winner a copy. Dead easy. Right, let's get it started up, guys. Again, please bear with me. Some of these things will completely be wrong. I had a little practice yesterday, but there's some things that I'm not doing. You know, there'll be a lot more things that you have to do to start up an aircraft than this, and this is definitely not one that you should be doing. Feels like the cut off. We don't want to cut off, do we? There you go. Clear prop. Clear prop. I do love the audio though. And the grass. The grass. So cool. The change in audio is quite cool. So what we can do, Sven, is so it's not out yet. So if you're wondering why you haven't got the email for the update, it's not out yet, guys. This is the sort of the pre-release stream on my channel. How did it start with the fuel valve off? I don't think the fuel valve was off, was it? The fuel pump? Am I completely missing the fuel valve? I turned it on. There's the fuel selector. Am I being thick? Or is this something else? There probably is, but this is how I started it yesterday. I'm completely missing it, guys. Again, I'm very, very, very out of practice with the PA-28 because I haven't flown this probably since it's gone to left. It's on the right tank, yeah. It's on the. I did flick it to the right, but it's gone to left now. No worries, guys. I thought I was going mad then, because I'm pretty sure there's no other fuel valves on here anywhere. Whew. I mean, I don't claim to be a bloody real pilot, but I also, off the top of my head, don't know how to get the GPS on here completely. Yeah, I did flick the valve on. I did remember that, guys, because I know last time I did that and it didn't come on. If you could tell me how to turn on the actual GPS, though, because I've completely forgotten. Unless it, oh, there you go. Don't. Just ignore me. Just ignore me. Yeah, I've got it. It's because I was using the bigger one. I was using this one. I was using this one. And it came on with a different button. It wasn't that. Where was it? Was it this one? This one came on a bit differently than the other one. I look like a right noob at the minute. I can't believe I've just said noob. But this one came on differently yesterday, and I'm not too sure how you do it now. Anyway, ignore me. I have actually got it. Remember, guys, in the EFB, I've actually got it set to auto fuel select, so we won't be flicking that up and down. What I do want to try, though, is what Sven asked me to do and check if the tie downs will allow me to taxi. So we've got the engine running. We're ready to taxi now. But we've got the tie downs. We've got the tie downs and we've got the chocks on at the minute. So let's see if it actually does it. So parking brakes off. And there's the answer. It doesn't move. Which is good. So the Piper Arrow for 2024, the free update. So all of you guys that own it, you will get it for free. So this update that is due out, I believe, tomorrow. Don't hold me to that. I've seen tomorrow somewhere, and that's when you should be getting emails. Don't know what time, but you should be getting emails to update it. Pardon me. Gonna have a little flight in it, guys, just to show you. So there's a couple of things in terms of the flight dynamics. So we didn't see the wobble on the ADI, so I do want to show you that as well. I'm not too sure, Ian. Sven would probably be better answering that, to be honest with you. So we've got working our way. So updated electronic flight bed manual, now a separate manual. Updated operations manual. Removed documentation folder from package. These are just a little bits at the end. Removed paint kit from aircraft package, now available via the Arrow 3 support page. Fix the missing nav/GPS switch labels on clean texture set. Updated clean and worn textures. Flight Sim 2020, the textures provided in .dds for Flight Sim 2020 and .ktx2 in Flight Sim 2020 formats. New thumbnails, obviously, when you in the aircraft selection. reordered aircraft into alphabetical order in the aircraft.cfg. Pilot avatar will now show in the cockpit when the co-pilot camera is selected. Improve cockpit and showcase cameras. Fix the battery not charging to 12 volts when triggering recharge battery in the EFB, which is just there. Fix the ASI temperature reference scale default state. Improve landing light bloom effects. We can definitely have a little look at that. Improve landing. That's what I've just wrote. Read. Improved ADF tuning logic. ADF radio will now automatically cycle through decimal frequencies if it can't detect an active signal on a whole numbered frequency. Performance optimization, digital displays, the Yoke timer, the GPS 100, KN62, and the EFB tablet as well. There is your Yoke tablet timer, which does actually look really nice. Does it have the new autopilot? Yes, there is something about the autopilot on here. Let me just have a little look. Improve state saving logic. Improve alt hold logic for better altitude holding. Added trim sensitivity, saving between flights. Improved trim sensitivity logic. Elevated trim is now less sensitive by default. Added CFD support. Added the new Flight Sim 2024 ground friction support. Improved stall characteristics. Improved low speed handling characteristics. Improved flight model, which includes those. Added ADI wobble during an engine start. We didn't actually see that. I'll show you that again. It doesn't take too long, does it?
Cold and dark selected.
So we'll try and do that, and I'll try and show you the wobble when it starts up. So you guys might have seen it. I might have actually been on there, but let's turn it back on again. Added heading sync hidden click spot on the screw next to the DIHSI, which is this little screw here. Added interactive paper charts. We've had a little look at those. Improved transition logic between JS, HTML, and WASM EFB pages. Added confirmation pop-up when changing aircraft status, what I've just done then, where you hear the gentleman say what is being clicked on. Added ability to draw on Navigraph charts. Added support for Navigraph on route charts. Redesigned EFB interface, including grayscale aircraft page. Additional LODs added for improved performance for 2020, 2024, and obviously 2024 compatibility. So there's quite a few on there. That's a lawnmower. That's a lawnmower. Oh. A couple of messages come through, guys, as I was on there. Don't know the prices of anything just yet, guys, because that's one thing I haven't been given. All I know is that for new owners it's going to be 28% off the price for 2 weeks, and all current owners of the Arrow, all three of them are going to get it for free. Can you click on the co-pilot seat? So this is something I did in the F-28 Fokker, thinking that that's what it might be, but it's not. There's no click spots for the co-pilot seat where it'll make him appear. And to be fair, it does say co-pilot disabled, and you can see the plane moving, but he's not there. There might be a click spot. What was I saying? So yeah, let's get it started again. just so you guys can see it. Get the P-28R on before. And hopefully you guys can see. Hopefully I've done that right. Seems to be okay. So if you watch the ADI here. There you go. Little wobble as it turns on there. Little effect. Nice. Really, really nice. No, I mean the co-pilot thing. I'm gonna put it down to maybe a conflict in 2024 and Just Flight. Not that I'm blaming Just Flight. I'm just saying there's no co-pilot in the F-28 as well, and I have been doing a lot of flying in that recently for some other reason. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of flying in the F-28 recently, and there's no pilot in there either. What I need to do is have a little look at what Ian sent me. I don't think there's a QR code that comes up. Ian, if you're still there, mate. But we can have a little check. It just says, for the chart, it just says Navigraph account and chart subscription available. Oh, there you go. I don't know if you're still there, Ian, but Ian's asked me to do that, guys, because he is helping me out with something. So if you are still there, Ian, I'll leave that on the screen for... We can always blame Asobo as well. It might be a bit of both. It might be the fact that it might be something conflicting, so Just Flight might have the intention and it might be working for, not for them, but they've done what they've can, but it's something that Asobo need to change. But yeah, we can. Oh, Ian is a legend. Look at that. Ian, can help me. Show some love and give Ian a massive big, I don't know, heart and wave and thumbs up in the chat for Ian, guys, because he's done us a solid there, hasn't he? Now to draw, you can draw it on the Navigraph. And no, I am not going to draw a penis, so don't ask me to. But yeah, massive thank you, Ian. Barton's code, off the top of my head, haven't got a bloody clue. I should know that though, shouldn't I? Or can I just type it in? Sorry, operator, mate. It's just because you put a load of beer emoji and Nightbot is an absolute pain in the ass. Steve Jones, I'm from Liverpool, so we've got a couple of people from Liverpool in the chat. So we've got Ian and Mike as well, one of our moderators. Yeah, Nightbot's a pain in the ass. If he sees more than one bloody emoji, he starts having a breakdown. With that being said, guys, oh, I can't actually type in. There we go. Failed to select airport. Why? So I'm getting this error at the minute, guys. Don't know whether that is because the plane isn't out yet. But you guys can see it working on here. It's actually CB, I think, bought an aerodrome, mate, and unless it's got it wrong on here, and it is actually, but we've got this flicker, and this happens on the maps as well. I'm not too sure what that is, guys. So this happens on the actual map. So when you go on the maps, you can see it. That looks like open streets. So one of you guys did ask me on there what it was, the maps. That looks like open street maps. But I get this flickering. I don't know if any of you guys know what that is. But this seems to be a thing that is happening. Don't know if anyone else in the chat gets that. We haven't even taken off yet, and we're already 50 minutes into the stream. But if anyone knows what that is in the chat, so that looks like open street maps, that map style, but we do get a lot of this flickering, and I don't know what it is. Also is doing it for the chart as well. It's flickering quite a lot. Yeah, it is only an 8-minute flight, mate, so I am lucky. Yeah, so we are getting a fail to load the charts for the airport, guys, on this as well, so I do apologise. On-screen keyboard there as well. Bit of a shame. Would have liked to have shown that, and now we can't actually get off the maps, which seems to be another little issue. Can't seem to get off. So, are you using NVIDIA DLSS 4? I did use it for a bit, Sven. But no, I'm not using it. I'm using TAA. But we can load it into it and see if it makes a difference. No. Try Navigraph overhead menu. Can I? I don't think you can you? It's telling you off now, Ian. Oh, for caps. A couple of the guys have said what the issue could be. Let's have a little look. Sometimes switching from day to night map, then back fixes the problem. I've had this Navigraph in multiple. Yeah, right, okay. Also, the long press doesn't seem to. Yeah, it does. You just got to hold it for a while. But also, as well, I can't get back off here. So, that's a thing in itself. I can't actually get back to the main. Oh, there we go. Let's have a little look and see if we can. We can try it on the white one. Still flickering. Let's fly over Abbey Road, lads. Right, guys, let's get on with it. Otherwise, we're not gonna ever get any flights done. So we're gonna just do a quick little bob down to Liverpool, possibly a touch and go. Have I still got the chocks on here? I've still got the tie downs on. That's why. Let's take that off because that's doing my bloody head in there. Okay, TA is most stable for graphics, so that's not for flickering, just brainstorming. So no issues for me. So you don't have a flickering thing. I do have it. I'm on the NVIDIA GPU. Now, what I would say is there is a NVIDIA driver update. Now I heard bad things about that one, so I've held off installing it. It could be causing the flickering maps. I don't know why it would do. It could be. I don't know, guys. I won't spend any time sort of messing about with that, just so we can get this flight done. If there's any questions in the chat of any sort of questions I can answer regarding the new update, let me know. I'm gonna take this guy out. I'm not gonna get a pushback. Nearly sliced him in half. Or sorry, sliced her in half. Her. Gotta watch it. Gotta watch it. So yeah, maybe possibly a touch and go at Liverpool. Again, please don't judge my flying and please don't judge my landings. I used to fly this plane a hell of a lot. Zero blog. Don't know. But I will Steve Jones, mate. I'll look him up. I'm nearly on 3k myself, actually. I don't really look at the numbers anymore. I used to be an absolute pain in the ass for the numbers back on just kind of had a year away from YouTube. Before then, when I was doing Flight Sim 2020 videos and stuff, wow, I was an absolute pain in the ass for the statistics and the YouTube analytics. It was horrible. Now I just upload it and just let it be. Really. Excuse me, it's them. No excuses. No, there's no excuses, but I really haven't flown this plane properly. I remember in 2020 I flew this plane nearly every time I loaded up the flight sim. Even if I was loading it up to do a video or anything like that, I'd still have an hour or two flying in it, just doing little, sometimes circuits as well around the airport. Well, cheers, Mike. I appreciate it. Sorry, Mike, I haven't been ignoring you, mate. Yeah, I'm obviously really, really excited for your flight on Monday. It's been about 2 years, maybe over 2 years since we've had any kind of flying, so and we're doing it with a nearly 2-year-old little baby, so it's going to be fun. Let's stop now because technically we haven't even checked any of the trim or anything like that. We haven't added some flaps either. I don't know what to do. I'm definitely sure it's installed, mate. Stuart, I'm not doing run-up checks now. I'm not doing run-up checks. I'm not even on air traffic control, so technically I shouldn't really be taken off at this point. Operator Starsky, mate, don't worry me like that. I'm pretty certain this is the updated version. The reason why is because I've got the changelog and it's version 0110, and that is exactly what it says on, well, version 11. This is what it says on the top here, so I'm hoping so. Going to Prague, mate, kind of all like secondary locals to Prague now, so we're going back to Prague for 5 days or so, so very excited to be flying on a easy peasy jet with that one. But yeah, no, Starsky, mate, I'm pretty certain. So the old livery works. I'm not too sure, to be honest with you, why that would be the case. But this is definitely the update, because obviously we got the ADI wobble, the clickable sync bug here, which I don't think is actually working anyway. But everything that I've read on the changelog seems to be incorporated in this version. and it also says version 11 at the top here. The last version number was version 10.8, which is actually dated on the 18th of the 8th 2023. So yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I'm off on holiday on Monday, guys, and Planespot and Mike are moderating the chat. Moderating the chat is going to be live streaming it along with Spotter Kyle. So yeah, so Starsky, that's a good point. Let's get up into the air. Should be okay now. Again, no judgment, guys. I'm out of practice. I've been kind of pissing about in the F-28 Fokker at the minute, which is obviously triple the size. So Starsky, the updated arrow. So basically, this is in the changelogs. The thing in front of us now is it's the updated arrow, but it's 2024 compatible version. So what you're saying is that they announced the updated arrow 2020, and then there's also going to be a native arrow one, which is basically just for 2024. I couldn't tell you, mate. As far as I'm aware, what you're looking at is the one that we had, the 2020 version, updated for 2024, not a native one that is completely different. So this hasn't got any of the walkthrough things around it and stuff. So just over 1,000 feet. Now, what I will do is I will just raise my... Oh, why is that doing that? Oh, no, I don't like that. There we go, that's better. Yeah, I've been flying the Fokker F-28, the Just Flight Fokker F-28 for about 2 weeks now, guys, so my head blows. Please press the rudder. Please press the rudder. Okay. That's probably the compatible flying. However, I've seen the 2024 avatars working with... Yeah. I do have VR. I have a Quest 3, which is down here, and I don't use it enough in Flight Sim, to be honest with you. Bit of a shame, if I'm going to be honest with you. But I have, and it's fantastic. It really is. But I need to install Sim Update 2 Beta and have a little go with the VR support on there. The rudder. There you go. That was me. Rudder right. And rudder left. That's probably the compatibility one you're flying right now. However, I haven't seen the 2020 avatars working with 2020 add-ons before. I didn't know personally, Starsky. So this is the one that obviously Just Flight reached out to me via email. We spoke about it, and this is the one that was sent to me. I don't know. Flying back on an A320 is saying, Mike. Ooh, interesting. That's interesting because they've been using the 319s. But I wasn't aware that there was going to be a 2024 native version. So, and they haven't mentioned that to me. So that is an interesting. If you guys are interested in winning a copy of the PA-28, all you have to do is put the manufacturer of the aircraft into the chat. So if you are listening into the chat and you're just watching and you're not active in the chat, pop it into the chat box, guys, who the manufacturer is, and there's a little tip for you there. Not a hard one. I always try and keep things nice and easy. No mad questions, except the Gatwick one last night was quite a decent question. it, overspeed and overstress. Okay. Technically I'm drinking behind the plane here. Take the A319s while you can. I know, mate, and I don't think I've been on an A319 before. I don't think so. I only ever flew EasyJet to Prague from Manchester. The last time we flew to Prague from Liverpool was Czech Airlines when we had it for that kind of, what was it, like 6 months, maybe a year? No, it was actually more than a year because we went on it twice. We went Czech Airlines twice, and then it was Ryanair. Still wobbly rudder. I don't know if I've ever really... I mean, we can cut the power completely if you want, guys, but I mean, I don't know if... whether I'll be able to recover. You guys are asking for this. You'll also notice the registration that I'm using is completely off. If you guys are really, really clever, tell me what TC52 was. Go off and do a little bit of research. He's still staying up in the air and I've got no flaps out or anything. Oh, oh. I was holding it there, wasn't I? I was holding it. Off in the background there, guys, you can see the Mersey Gateway Bridge and the Runcorn Bridge as well. Here's one for you, Mike, as well, because you don't live far from all this. I don't like the camera position, so that is just me making the camera go a bit higher. I don't like the camera position. TC52 is a fucker too. Exactly. So you can tell that I haven't actually changed the registration. The dynamic registrations don't seem to be working quite well because in some aircraft I notice in the new 787-9 it'll put 2 registrations, so obviously it hasn't put TC52 on the outside here, which is absolutely fine, which is how it should be, but it has on the inside here. Again, guys, if you want to win a copy of this aircraft, Just Light have been very, very nice and give me a copy. Just pop the manufacturer of the PA-28, the Arrow 3, which we are flying now. I will show you the Turbo Arrow as well before the end of the stream, so don't worry about that. But I always forget how lovely this simulator looks. It really, really does. Let's change the lighting a bit. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. There we go, guys. Any questions you have about the PA-28, let me know. Obviously got the changelog here in front of me. If you want to win a copy, pop the manufacturer of the aircraft in there. Discount on the bundles, good question, Stuart. I haven't got a clue, mate. It's not something I can answer. All I've been told from my contact at Just Flight is that the aircraft itself for new owners, it's going to be discounted 28% off for the first 2 weeks, and current owners are getting it for free. As I say, Starsky in the chat there did mention that there is going to be a native version. I'm not too aware of that. Just like didn't tell me anything to do with that. How's she on the tail slide? I mean, we can certainly make things a bit more interesting if you like, guys, with wind and stuff. Let's get that sun looking down onto Liverpool Airport, just over to the right there. If we're getting any of that wind, not up here, definitely, certainly towards the ground. But to be fair, we aren't up that high anyway, are we? Mind you, we are. We are. Doesn't seem to be affecting the plane though. Unless it's a tailwind. I mean, that really should be affecting things, and it doesn't seem to be. Interesting. I have the Private Arrow version of the X-Wing, did some flight training on the real one, not bad. There you go. Yes, they mentioned something about a native 2024 package. I'll have to ask them about that, and I don't think I've had any emails back since regarding... No, I have no emails back regarding the sort of the walk around and being able to, you know, do the doors from the outside. But I will ask them about the native 2024 package for sure. Yeah, any questions, guys, let me know. This is obviously the Just Flight PA-28R, the Arrow 3. I will load in the Turbo Arrow as well before we end the stream. In fact, you can just see Airbus Howden, so Howden Chester, the Airbus factory just off the nose there, which is quite good. So Sven, there is a way around that. I thought you would have known about that, buddy, to be very, very honest. FSLTL isn't on Ian, no. Sven, you can get the 20, if you've got the 2020 Arrow, you can get it working. There's a way to do it. You've got to take the licensing folder out of where they're located in 2020 and put it into the 2024 folder. Off the top of my head, mate, I wouldn't be able to give you step-by-step instructions, but there is a forum post on the actual Microsoft Flight Sim forums that tells you exactly how to do it. Because I've got the... what else have I got working? I had the Hawk working before it was made compatible as well. I've got a question. In the older model, the overhead textures, what I would say is they don't seem to be any less or more better. See the pack, it doesn't look amazing compared to the rest of the actual cabin, which is a bit weird. Oh, nose diving a bit. Yeah, so if you stick the actual licensing folder named the same as the aircraft, so essentially you're moving two folders over, the one to the community folder and one to the licensing folder, it will work. Yeah, guys, if you are enjoying the stream, like, share it, and obviously subscribe if you enjoy it. I do live streams, but I mostly do pre-recorded content. cinematic videos of Flight Sim 2024 airport and aircraft, some official trailers for various developers, and I'm also going to be doing back to some older type videos that I used to do, review videos, comparison videos, all that good stuff, guys. So yeah, definitely a good time to come and subscribe to the channel, I would say. So we are going to attempt to touch and go here, guys. Again, no judgment if possible. But I tell you what, the sim looks absolutely fantastic. It just always it's just really nice. Well, when you've learned yourself. No, mate, tell me about it. I'm not too bad in some of the other aircraft. I mean, I was flying the Cows DA40 for a while as well, for a good couple of weeks. So jumping from Pipers to the DA, you know, Diamond aircraft to other ones, it's yeah, it's pretty mad, like. Virtual mic on the mound, or Oglet Lane there down below. Can actually feel the wind now. Can actually see that wind kind of blowing me. Ooh, blowing me. Aye, aye. Let's have a little look at my speed. So it's dropping a tiny, yeah, a bit too fast. To be fair, I've got a Yoke and Throttle. It's not anything great. Like, it's that Saitek one, the Logitech Yoke. It's not bad, but I would have loved some pedals and stuff like that. It would be really nice. Exactly. I've started. For a while on X-Plane 11, I was absolutely spot on in the Zebo 737 for a long time. Then I went into Flight Sim 2020, obviously when it came out, and then I was just mostly flying Airbuses. So yeah, I can't promise this turn's going to be any good either. But when I've watched the Pipers and the Cessnas coming into Liverpool, they kind of have this really short sort of turn onto final. The approach path here in this scenery isn't the best. This is actually still the digital designs Liverpool Airport. I don't like the default Liverpool Airport, if I'm going to be honest with you. This one works absolutely fine on 2024, even though it's not technically compatible. But it's the better of the two. A bit of a stutter there. Still too many trees, same as Manchester Airport. Too many trees. Probably also a bit too high as well there. Mike, I can see her. I can see her on the mound. There's also a set of terraced houses on the approach lights here as well, which looks absolutely hilarious, by the way. There you go. The pappies are telling me that I'm absolutely too high. There we go. Hey, I think there is a bit of a wind actually, now that I'm coming down. Hey, didn't think I had enough flaps out there as well, to be fair. That's the old mound, yeah. The new mound being the oh. Hey, he rescued that one. You didn't see that. There you go. There's your slide. But it was a bit slow, to be fair. Surprised it wasn't. I didn't get any stall warnings on that. What I also like is the colour of the rivers and stuff now. So I remember back in Flight Sim 2020, the River Mersey used to be like a tropical river. But now that looks like the colour of the River Mersey, to be fair. if you're familiar with the River Mersey. But yeah, I think in Flight Sim 2020 it looked too tropical. It was like a lovely blue ocean, which if you know, the River Mersey isn't. So Digital Designs Liverpool Airport also has the old airport and the retail park and everything. It's spot on. Yeah, guys, so if you want to win a copy, Just Flight have given me a copy to give away. There is a manufacturer for all aircraft, as we know. I want to know the manufacturer of the PA-28. If you can pop that into the chat. Remember, if you are an owner of the Arrow already, you will get this update for free. Show us Anfield, Brian. Now, this is something that I'd love to be able to do, but for some reason my Goodison and Anfield doesn't load up. This is the most of this is the Orbex scenery for Orbex North, South and Central, and it doesn't seem to work. It also doesn't show me the photogrammetry it has photogrammetry, so it has satellite imagery for Liverpool, and it is really, really nice. The buildings that you can see, like the Anglican Cathedral and some of the others, these are Orbex buildings. For some reason, my Goodison and Anfield doesn't appear anymore. It's just flat, and I don't know why. Bit of a shame. Have you encountered birds? I have not encountered birds. There was a package that a third party did that basically added birds to different regions around the world, but I don't think they had any ill effect on the aircraft as well. But I definitely haven't in 2024. I've only seen a tiny bit of wildlife in the game anyway. I saw a couple of deer or something in like an American airport next to the runway, and buffalo for some reason on the edge of Amsterdam's Polderbaan, which was a bit weird. But no, I've never seen birds. Whether that's something that Say Intentions have added, I don't have Say Intentions, I have Beyond ATC. But yeah, as you can see, Mike, that's Anfield and Goodison there. For some reason it doesn't load anymore. If I uninstall the Orbex add-on, it might appear again. Oh, hello Robin. Hello from Albuquerque, oh my word. Hello. Soloed in the PA-28 in 1977 when I was 16. Wow, okay. See, this is the kind of pressure that I don't like. I'm trying to fly a virtual one the best I can, and yeah. But anyone obviously from Liverpool in the chat, we've got a couple of people from Liverpool in the chat. We're over sort of Bootle Way, and you can see New Brighton here. It is modelled very well. The photogrammetry is probably a bit nicer, but if I uninstall the Orbex stuff, then I'll get rid of like all the stuff from Manchester, and Manchester hasn't got any scenery. They really haven't been great for any Manchester scenery in the simulator. Yeah, it's an Orbex conflict for sure, because there is a photogrammetry version of the two stadiums. We still haven't got Bramley Moor there just yet, and no one's created anything. But the photogrammetry in Liverpool is really, really good. One of the best photogrammetry cities there is, actually. What we'll do is, guys, technically wouldn't happen. Well, they could change the runway directions for sure. I've seen that happening quite a few times in Liverpool and Manchester over the last couple of days. I'm kind of hoping on Monday that we get the 2-7 departure, especially because obviously Mike is going to be live streaming it, and obviously if we are on 09s for takeoff and departure, then I'll be zipping past the mound. I will be on that side of the aircraft either way, so either way we're taking off on 09 or taxiing past on 27, so you just probably won't see me. But yeah, if you have enjoyed the stream, guys, and you are enjoying it, I really appreciate it. Live streaming is not something I've done much. I started doing it towards the end of 2020, I think, and then I took a break from YouTube and I didn't really do it again, and I've been doing it quite a lot recently. It's not easy, I must say. I thought just be able to get on here live stream and do what I need to do, no editing process or anything, but it, you know, doing a 2-hour stream is quite, yeah, especially because my computer's like a bloody radiator. I will flash the torch, mate, because I will be recording my takeoff and landings, because I want to do a flight sim versus real life takeoff and landing situation if I can. Cheers, Starsky, mate. No, I appreciate it. To be honest with you, I don't ever live stream any aircraft add-ons. I mostly live stream airport and do tours around new airport add-ons and stuff like that. Mostly indie builds, because they seem to just email out of nowhere and say this one's out now or this one's coming out tomorrow, and then I'll live stream because I'm able to when I'm able to. Again, this was very, I would say, kind of last minute. I didn't have any time to make anything pre-recorded, but I did say to Just Flight, let me jump on Thursday before it releases and live stream. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'll try and chat on the taxi before we take off, and try and you know, if you're live just before we board, of course I will definitely do that, mate, don't worry about that. Probably a bit too high for this 09 arrival, guys, but it is what it is. What I will do is do a full stop land and taxi to the general aviation apron at Liverpool. Echo Golf Golf Papa. I hope I've got that right. I really hope I've got that right. And we will jump into the turbo arrow with the horizontal stabilizer, the one with the tail mounted one at the top. Any more questions in the chat, please let me know, guys. You've been absolutely amazing. Mike being our moderator today, looking after everyone in the chat. Again, if you want to win a copy of the PA-28, please pop the manufacturer of the PA-28 into the chat and Nightbot will enter you into the giveaway. Probably a bit too slow here, to be very honest, but I am keeping a nice altitude, which is very cool. This approach into Liverpool in real life is very cool, especially when you can see the water of the River Mersey coming in closer and closer as you're usually your 737 or your A320 bombs across there. Just Flight, I think UK based, so if they do the same time as any builds usually do, then 1 o'clock, maybe midday, I would say, Sven. That wasn't great, that was a bit bumpy, guys, but it is what it is. Yeah, speak all that. That's why I'm using the Digital Designs version of the of Liverpool Airport, because the default one is okay, but you get a lot of the surrounding buildings as well. Okay, but definitely not a Cessna. Yeah, Boeing, the Airbus P-28. And I tell you what, the ground textures on this, even that this hasn't been updated for 2024, the Digital Designs Liverpool, I wish they would update it. They said ages ago, the guy at Digital Designs, that he wanted to do it like his Lyon airport, which is fantastic. Some of the best airport, one of the best airports in 2020. I'd seen that, and he did say he wanted to do Liverpool like that, but he never did. But the ground textures here are fantastic, actually. They really, really are. The turbo arrow is quite nice. Chokeslam landing there, yeah, it definitely put some asses on the seats there, didn't it, in the back? There we go, guys. Not that one there. That takes you to the nicer hangar. We also didn't put any kind of landing lights on at all, guys, there, so that's how official the flight was. As you can tell, really abiding by the Civil Aviation Authority rules. Also, that light probably shouldn't be there, but hey ho. We can see some PA-38s. That's another, obviously that is another PA aircraft that will need to be updated for 2024. That's the other aircraft that I've got working in 2024, the Just Flight PA-38, the Tomahawk. Lovely little plane. But yeah, that also works in 2024 if you take your landing lights on. Yeah, landing light was on. Hang on, my fuel pump's still on. Don't know why that fuel pump was on. Should have really been off. Yeah, it's pretty spot on, Mike, the digital designs. It still needs updated. All the houses on the perimeter are also done as well. So the houses for a certain amount of... just to show you, going off a bit off topic, but some of the houses are actually modelled to be the real houses up until a certain point. I don't know if any one of these is yours, mate. I mean, don't reveal it online, of course, but they've got the Land Rover Jaguar factory there and everything. And the school and that. So they did get it spot on. There's just too many trees. I think there's a lot of trees here, but certainly just over this side I don't think there are as many. Let's get a bit of air into the cockpit there, guys. I also kept the lights on when we changed the yeah, it is quite nice. Obviously we're in walk around mode here as well. There isn't any actual man though, Mike, in the there's too many trees and stuff, but obviously using the walk around mode, there's me there with me slacks on. Doesn't look anything like me at all, by the way. Could see my house. Nice. Right, guys, so we're not going to be live for much longer because we are reaching kind of the 11th, not the 11th hour. 2300. We're getting to 11 o'clock UK time, and if you got any more questions, let us know. Did you exit the plane by opening the door? No, I didn't. It doesn't have any. You can open the door from the inside. So obviously, if you just jump back in using the keybind, it won't do anything. It'll just leave the door open. I am literally getting out the plane with the key binding. And again, there's no collision on the wing. There is on the plane. Oh, there's... yeah, see? But again, guys, this is a pre-release thing, so there could be another update pushed before this release to people. Keep that in mind as well. I'm not saying that there is going to be, but they could when they push it to everyone within the next day or so. There could be another update. So yeah, like Mike just said, please be aware that I am away next week. I am trying my absolute best to get a pre-recorded video out while I'm away. The next live stream will be when I get back sometime after the 16th, and then there's going to be a airport review, guys. So there's going to be a pre-recorded airport review. So I've done a couple of comparisons, builds comparisons, a couple of split screen videos which a couple of you guys have liked. Again, not too concerned with the views on them, but they were just really fun to edit and put together. I will be doing different aircraft, like maybe some Airbus A330 landings in split screen, so it shows you different angles of the aircraft while landing at different airports. But yeah, I've got an airport review video coming up, and that will contain my before and after from the default airport to the new airport, a nice little in-depth tour of the default scenery and then of the payware scenery, and that'll be not my next video, but the video after, when I return away as well. Sorry, when I return from being away. So let's we won't go into the menu, guys, because I do want to PA-28R, Brian, get it right. So let's go in. Oh look, we've got a OK. I think that's a check actually. Let's go into Alpha Kilo. There is a bit of a glitch here when you do this, so it'll kind of flicker black and white, I've noticed. So what we can do, you can see obviously the colouring. Also, you can see that my activation seems to be a bit off. Here we go. What we'll do... Oh, hang on. It's still loading in, guys. Give it a second. Where is the tablet? Give it a second. Give it a second. Because it definitely hasn't loaded in yet. That is the one without the one on the top. Let's go into... So that's the Turbo Arrow 3. So the Turbo Arrow 4. Let's go into this one. Stuart, I don't know, mate. I couldn't say. I'm assuming so. Like I've said, there is no walk around feature seems to be present on this, so I think that they might have a lot of people asking about that and certainly wanting that. Look at the interior to this one. This is lovely. Look at this. So this is so obviously we've got the Turbo Arrow 3 and the Turbo Arrow 4. So this is the Turbo Arrow 4 with the stabilizer on the vertical stabilizer. Yeah, the T-tail is lovely, isn't it? So we're in Golf Mike on this one. For some reason that has started up already, so
Hold and dock selected.
Let's just see if there's any kind of way of getting the co-pilot on. We won't spend too much time doing this, guys, but quite and again, I don't know if that is... I can obviously see the aircraft move. I'm not too sure. Again, like I've said, guys, the Just Like aircraft seem to have some kind of issue with the co-pilot as well. But yeah, massive thanks, guys. Really been fantastic stream. I will take off in this plane and just spend the next 10 minutes, 15 minutes having a flight in the Turbo Arrow as well. But yeah, thank you to everyone. Still a couple of minutes, guys. Next 10 minutes or so is your last chance to get involved in the giveaway. So all you need to do is tell me who is the manufacturer of the PA-28. The answer is on screen now for you guys. Dead easy. Couldn't make it any fairer than that. And just let me know in the comments. I'm a bit late, Alex. No worries, mate. Nice to see you, mate. Another couple of our mods coming in here, guys. Spotter Kyle and Alex as well. Good lads. We're gonna have one about another 10 to 15 more minute flight, guys, and then we're gonna end the live stream there. So yeah, the manufacturer of the PA-28, pop it into the comments to be in a chance to win a copy. I'm going to go through the sort of precursors for all of my giveaways. You will need to pop your email, so the winner will have to pop their email into their YouTube profile so I can reach out to them rather than people reaching out to me through various things. I will be reaching out to you to make it a bit more official. Captain Kenobi, technically you're right. But they would be the developer. I mean the people who manufacture the aircraft. But you are right, technically. But yeah, they would be the flight sim developer. But yeah, the real world manufacturer of the PA-28. But yes, you will need to pop an email into your YouTube profile. You don't need to keep it on there. You can delete it immediately once I've made contact with you. You will also need a Just Flight account. It goes without saying, because that is how we are going to add your aircraft into your account. So keep that in mind, guys. The next 10-15 minutes is how long we're going to spend on the stream, and then I'm going to go and have the rest of the evening. Again, massive thanks to moderators Mike, Alex and Kyle. Big thank you to Mandalore Ian. He has been an absolute gentleman coming round today and bringing his chair so I can actually sit here in comfort. I can even spin. Look at that. Don't want to spin all the way around. The headset just like wraps around me and chokes me, and then you'll be watching some kind of different live stream. Right, let's have a little gander. I can't turn this key on. The key is in the worst position, right behind the yoke. It really is. Obviously, if you watch rewatching this stream tonight or in the morning before the update comes out, please leave any questions and I'll be as quick as possible answering those. But yeah, let's get up into the air. I've also noticed the beacon light and landing light switch on the turbo arrow is one switch rather than two. Just a little observation there. A little bit of a graphical glitch in the outside there as well. Not something that I'd like to see, but it is there. Let's take the tie downs and the chocks. I'll leave the chocks on for a while. Clear prop. Let's just shout out the window. Clear prop. I feel like it was Into the Blue Simulations. I am far from his level of flight. He is absolutely amazing. They're on. Get the ADI wobble on the turbo arrow there as well, guys. Transponder is still off. Yeah, it is. But we didn't see that though, did we, Sven? We're not doing that. Into the Blue is legend. Yeah, he knows how to fly a plane. Like, really knows how to fly a plane. I am just winging it to some degree. I feel like I've laid quite a lot. This seems to be a dynamic reg, so look, you can see that the Golf mic reg stickers in the end, not the T52 one or whatever it was, so that's quite interesting. Okay, can you start it with the throttle lever all the way back? Well, definitely going to do that for you, mate, no worries.
Cold and dark selected.
So let's have a little look. That noise though was fantastic when it was spinning off then. Would you like me to try it with the the RPM all the way back as well and see if that works as well, possibly. Let's have a little look, see if we can. The feckin' yoke, man, that's a horrible place for a yoke. Also, the default view in the turbo arrow is a lot nicer as well. There's your answer, mate. I don't think you can. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Everything seems to be... No, there's your answer, mate. You can't. No, you can't. Let's have a little tiny flight, guys. Nothing too major, no ATC or anything. I'm not really in the mood for all that. Plus, I'm still learning how to use my voice for ATC. That's something I've wanted to do for a long time, and learn how you say all the jargon. And obviously I've got beyond ATC there, so definitely want to learn how to use, you know, my microphone and be all authentic. Oh, what happened there? Wait, you nearly went into the hangar. What happened? That might have been me. I've pressed some kind of, I don't know, switch or something on my control, and it's completely sent me flying. Fuel pump was off for start. No, it was definitely on. Yeah, so it's fine. I was only doing it because Star Sky said do it without the throttle cracked open. Turbo came on, yeah. Keybind edition Toga, yeah. I think I did, mate. I probably did. Fuel pump off for start. No, definitely. Well, maybe it was. You can usually hear it. Pretty sure it was pretty sure the valve was on. The fuel selector was definitely on as well. Fuel pump was meant to be off. Oh, okay. We can try it with the fuel thing off, definitely, if you wanted to. Let's just get flying. I think, for the most part, Just Flight are usually spot on with missing things out like that. Yeah, for the turbo arrow, it has just a couple of different options. And it definitely has a bit more of a kick to it. Sounds silly, but the turbo has, I can feel it. It's weird, I can't feel it, but when I'm seeing it on the screen, I can feel kind of the force a bit more with the turbo arrow. It really is. Can you flood the engine? I mean, we kept the fuel switch on before, and I don't think it did anything. I completely missed it. Yeah, the fuel pump does have high and low switches. Yeah, that's the low one, that's the high one. Amber light comes on when turbo comes on. Middle top, okay. Cheers, Ollie. That's good info, mate, because I've not actually flown the turbo, even when I bought it. I think I tried it out once to see the differences, obviously, with the two aircraft. But out the two, I was using the Arrow 3, just the standard one. We'll keep it on and just see what happens, guys, but personally don't think it's going to do anything. We also didn't look at the bloom for the that's not bad. Let's have a little look. Right, I like the lighting's quite nice. I mean, the lighting on Flight Sim 2024 was lovely anyway. That's a given. Right, guys, let's take off, and what we'll do is we will announce the winner of the giveaway. If you do want to enter, obviously you've got the time it takes for me to get this off the ground and get into a level flight. All I need to know is who the real world manufacturer is of the PA-28. If you haven't entered, enter now, guys. This is the last chance. Remember, you will need to pop your email in to your YouTube profile. Just as I say, just for me to email you. You can take it off there once we've made contact through email, and you will need a Just Flight account for it to be redeemed into your account. So yeah, if you haven't entered, enter now, guys. This is your 2 to 3 minute warning just as we climb out of Liverpool Airport. Starsky, give someone else a chance, man. But I actually prefer the cockpit on the turbo. It's lovely. And yeah, again, as I say, guys, massive thank you to everyone, all the moderators, for taking part. Remember, guys, please go and subscribe to Planespotting Mike, because he will be capturing my real world flight takeoff this Monday morning. There is a yellow light on. There is. Probably because I'm absolutely spanking it as well. By the way, guys, this isn't a professional, you know, IFR, VFR flight with ATC or anything. I am, at this point now, just wasting a bit of time. If someone could tell me what that yellow light is, though, that would be great. Perfect, guys. Really, really great stream. It's been a late one. 9 o'clock start. That might be the best time to what? Just seen a UFO. could be. I have been. There's full throttle there. Yeah, you're right. But all the way back like that though, that's quite. It's quite substantial, that, isn't it? Getting a bit of flicker in here as well, guys. I don't know what that is. Oh. Oh, there we go. That's fine. That's fine. That was me. It comes on obviously when we get well over 50%. Interesting. Overboost. Sounds like something from like a bloody Need for Speed game or something. Yeah, no, I saw it before. Sorry, yeah, the text on it, but anything over 70% and it starts to gets a bit fussy, doesn't it? Gets a little bit fussy, doesn't it? But yeah, I love it. I love flying it. I need to get back into it because when this first came out in 2020, I felt so good flying it. I don't feel as confident flying it anymore, which is a bit of a shame. Forza Horizon with Brian. There's Chester down there, guys. Don't think that is photogrammetry, but it looks quite good actually, to be fair. It really does. I think we should have Howden. There we go. Right over the Airbus factory there, guys. Someone needs to do a good Howden scenery. There's a freeware one, but someone needs to do that. Another Burn and Blue Designs potential. Open the door hatch to hear the wind noises. Just over Chester way here, guys. That is Howden, where the Beluga lands for its UK operations, which is quite cool. Get to see that on nearly a daily basis heading over our house. Do you know what next Pyrega airport is? Well, I know it's Birmingham. I don't know anything past that. I've heard rumours it's going to be Liverpool or Manchester, but I don't know how true that is. I heard something that he might be doing Manchester or Liverpool, but that is pure speculation and it's not confirmed. But it's definitely Birmingham. The one that he's teasing at the moment and sharing screenshots is Birmingham. Again, obviously Mako Simulations have done Birmingham and obviously Manchester. Still no update on version 2 of Mako Simulations Manchester, but yeah, I heard it could be Manchester or Liverpool. I don't know how true that is, but I'd love to see a Pyrega Manchester or Liverpool. It would be absolutely incredible, and I'd love to be the one who done any type of video or review or anything for that. I really would. The wind noises, I don't know what's going to happen, guys. If I wait. So it doesn't actually let me, but you can unlatch it and hear the noises. It's pretty cool. We're heading over to Wales at this point, guys, but yeah, the wind noises are great. Can you open the baggage door? Nope. Oil door? Yeah. Scary. Yes, we do have 2 airports. Yeah, we have Mako Simulations, which again technically isn't 2024 compatible, but it does work. And we have Tier tier models or tie models or something like that, which apparently it's okay, but not the best. Yeah, so before we announce the winner, guys, because we have gone a bit over what I wanted to, we'll try the maps and see if it's blinking again. Yes, it is. I will update the chat, the replies and comments in this video after I've installed the latest NVIDIA driver, which I can't see making any difference personally, but I will report this back to Just Flight, because we'll also check and see if we can. Yeah, so Liverpool's on there. Liverpool seems to work. Barton wasn't working before. So the Hawk, that is actually Just Flight as well. So that has a 2024 compatibility update already, which is very, very good as well. Oh no, I do have an actual NVIDIA update. It tells me at the bottom of your screen that there's one pending. But I don't know if that's going to make a difference. Hey, here is our top man at Just Flight. Stop spamming caps. Just Flight. Sorry, Robin, mate. It's just because Nightbot is an absolute fiend when it comes to any kind of caps or emojis used. Impulse Simulations in the chat. Nice to see you, Josh, mate. Really, really good to see you, bud. I won't be live streaming much longer, to be honest with you, as well. But good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. Right, guys, let me get a winner picked for you guys. Got a nice selection of Plain Spot and Mike. I've deleted you from the giveaway, Mike, because obviously you don't have you don't have it installed, or you don't have Flight Sim. So but for any other mods that are on here who've got Flight Sim, Nightbot is a sausage. He really is. Really. I'm doing great, Josh, mate. How you doing? No, that was okay. I was just checking you to find some music. And so you live. Oh no, perfect, mate. Perfect. What a view! It's quite nice, isn't it? You can see kind of West Kirby into Wales, and then the River Mersey. Really, really nice view as we circle around. But yeah, good luck to everyone. Thank you for the amount of entries in this one and the amount of people in the chat today. It's been overwhelming for me, actually, because it's been really, really nice to see everyone in the chat. Good to see you, Josh, and Impulse Simulations. Go and check those out. Go and subscribe to, obviously, Impulse Simulations, but obviously go and check out their range of Australian airports. Very, very good Australian airport scenery developer, and there's going to be one soon, isn't there, mate? Or on the horizon, so to speak. Right, guys, let's get you on screen here so you can see. Here we go. Good luck to everyone. Who is the winner? There we go. There is our winner. The person with the hardest name to say. Shh, Impulse Simulator. No, mate, Josh, I didn't. You've already kind of said there's one soon on your thingy, on your social media. So we're not working on anything. Oh, sorry. Guys, Impulse Simulations aren't working on anything new just yet. You're gonna have to wait for 2 years until their next scenery. Nice. I can't, mate. You need to say your proper name or something like, you know, something easier to say. Pop your email into your YouTube, mate, if it isn't already there, for me. Let me just double check. Your email is already there, mate, so that's absolutely fine. I will send you an email within the next few hours or tomorrow morning. Just give me a few hours or maybe to the next day, because it's getting a bit later on in the day for me now. So give me a bit of time there, mate, and we will chat via your email, which I'm just literally copying over to my inbox now, and we'll speak on there. But congratulations, mate. I'll get the PA-28 added to your Just Like account. Yeah, I've got your email, mate. No worries. You can see that. Dutch word for monkey, what? Just call me ape. Okay, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. Josh, give me a message on Discord, mate, because I'm a bit concerned now that I've made an error of judgment or something. I just because obviously you were sharing things on like Facebook and Instagram of an upcoming airport. I don't know which one it was. I thought it was coming pretty soon. I apologize if I've made an error there, mate. Obviously. My bed is calling me. So is mine, mate. So is mine. Thank you to everyone who has been in tonight's stream. It's been a later one for me, but 9 o'clock seems to be a nice time. I am going to be experimenting with live streams in the future in terms of when I start them. So I'm going to be looking at sort of daytime ones, possibly something like 1 to 2 p.m. UK time to see kind of how it lies there. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Trevor, nice to come back from work. Watch it back, mate. Obviously, kind of void you from the giveaway, but definitely watch it back. I've tried to be as thorough as possible, but guys, you've been very, very nice to me, because really I'll be honest with you, I wasn't the very, very best of flying today. I haven't really done proper like serious flying in J aircraft for a while. I've been obviously creating videos for different airports. I've been in and out of different aircraft, so when I go back into one that I used to fly loads and loads, it was a bit startling. But again, I'm using that as an excuse. Again, massive thank you everyone, Plane Spotting, Mike Operator, our moderators, Alex, fantastic guys. Couldn't have asked for much more on that one. If you haven't subscribed and you enjoyed it, go and subscribe to the channel, guys. I appreciate it. Give the stream a share, even now that it's ended. Give it a like, and yeah, I'm gonna be off on holiday on Monday, guys, so I will see you on the next live stream, hopefully within the next 2 to 3 weeks. Definitely keep an eye on the channel, though. I'm going to try and get a pre-recorded video for you guys to enjoy. If not, there's going to be probably 2 videos within the short space of time when I come back off holiday. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, and I will see you again very soon.